What is up, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. As most of you probably know, my game of choice is Rocket League. I have put well over like 7,000 hours into this game. I am not close to the pro level, even with having that many hours, but I can tell you firsthand that this game is hard because there are no games similar to it. Rocket League mechanics are purely Rocket League mechanics. None of the skills that you earn in Rocket League get translated from a different game, and to kind of put that to the test, I want to compare Rocket League pro players to Rainbow Six Siege pro players. So I know Rainbow Six Siege has been around for a similar amount of time as Rocket League, and I have never, ever seen pro Rainbow Six Siege. I've seen lots of pro Rocket League, not a lot of pro Rainbow Six Siege, and I want to compare them. I want to see what the differences are and what pro level Rainbow Six Siege looks like on the highest possible level. Let's get into it. All right, so right here, we've got some really awesome Rocket League highlights. So I wanted to make sure all the highlights that we're watching are pro level. I'm sure you've probably seen some awesome Rocket League clips where they hit some nasty, crazy shot or like a, back wall redirect called a psycho. But I want to focus on only clips that happened in pro level games. This is high stress, very, very intense situations. And that's kind of a great example of how good these players are, is that they're able to do these insane mechanics in such high pressure situations at the highest level. Shout out to Rocket League FX for creating this highlight reel. They're a great channel to go subscribe to if you guys like watching Rocket League highlights at the highest level. But without further ado, let's get into some Rocket League stuff. These are the best goals from the Copenhagen Major, which I believe was the most recent one. So this is going to be a good example for like current stuff going on right now. This is Yan. See, I love those types of shots, man, where you get the reset and go off the backboard. They're a great way to shoot the ball powerfully if you have no boost. Okay, that right there. I want to break that down real quick, just real fast. So number one, this shot is really, really difficult for multiple reasons. The main one is the first touch. So if you know much about Rocket League, when you go into the air with the ball, it's called an aerial. You can do lots of things. You can do an air dribble where you kind of just drag the ball, you kind of push the ball in the air using boost. You can get a flip reset, which is when you get all four wheels onto the ball and you get another dodge. And then there are things called ceiling shots. Ceiling shots are when you hit the ball high into the air and you go off the ceiling, and then you like either jump off the ceiling or just kind of float off the ceiling, and you use your dodge to try and get a shot. Whenever you go into the air, the most important thing is the very first touch, because if you get a bad first touch, well, then you're not going to be able to stay close enough to the ball to continue your shot. This is a really hard first touch. He starts this playoff going in reverse, so he's going backwards. And then when he sees the ball kind of go into the air, he has to turn his car around, and the ball isn't even touching the wall. So he dodges. You can see the little plume of smoke. That's a dodge. He jumps off the wall to get a perfect touch on the ball, and then he uses a lot of his boost to go to the ceiling and then end up getting a great shot. So again, that type of play is just so difficult, so technical. And again, these are pro level, defenders as well. It's not like this is easy for them to defend. Oh, man. I remember that shot. That was an amazing shot. So that's called a pinch. See, that was a flip reset is what that one was. So he pops it up into the air. All four wheels get to the ball. So whenever you do that, it allows you to get another dodge. Infinitely, pretty much. See, that's another flip reset into a double touch. Vatira is one of the better Rocket League players in the world, so that one's not really surprising either. Definitely, you see a lot of that at the highest level. Some good pro plays. Another good Middle Eastern team in Falcons. Nice. Simple air dribble flip reset there. So see how he kind of dragged the ball back into the middle? He popped it up and then pushed it into the middle and then finished with a flip reset. Now Poe. Yep, flip reset. And see, this might not look that hard to you. If you're watching, a play like this for the first time, you might look at that and be like, oh, yeah, this is a good shot, But let me tell you why this is such a good shot. So number one, he pops the ball into the air. Now, if you're on the defense, so if you're on the blue team here, you see him pop it into the air, and you're like, oh, crap, he's about to, hit the ball really hard into the air and get it around me. So I got to jump quick. So you jump really fast. And so what Nalpo does, he sees that the defender, see LCT, you can kind of see him right there. He jumps because he's like, all right, we're in a bad spot. I got to jump quick and try and attack this ball. So Nalpo sees that and he's like, all right, you can attack. I'll just get a flip reset. because they were all expecting him to hit that ball really hard into the air. So then he gets the flip reset. He gets it by the first defender who jumped up. And then now everyone's thinking, okay, he's going to use that flip reset to shoot the ball real quick on net. And so that's what they expect. And so he brings it down low, gets it by that pre-jumper. Now there's only one guy in net, right? So most people think, all right, you're just going to hit the ball forward really hard. So what does he do? He goes and uses boost, so he boosts to the right of the ball, and then he air rolls, tilts up that corner, and pushes it to the left side of the net. That's a super, super technical shot. Not easy at all. But of course, the pros of Rocket League make it look easy. Little redirect corner read. Ooh. Man, it's really crazy that all of these shots just came out of one major, bro. That's a really good catch. And then you see that adjustment he made? Okay. I cannot believe all of these came from just one single major. That was nuts. So number one, he just picks that boost up. Now watch how he hits. Again, I said it earlier. The first touch is the most important touch when you go for anything in the air in Rocket League. Look at how good this first touch is. So he stops boosting like right at the last moment, and then he air rolls his car. He wants to hit near the bottom of the ball, but he also wants to hit a little bit to the side of the ball. That way it pushes the ball upwards, but also a little bit forward. And that's exactly what he gets. Now look at the adjustment that he makes with his car. So as soon as he gets that first touch, he makes a very slight adjustment with his air roll. See that? He like stopped and he turned it the other way. And then finishes off with a nice flip reset musty flick. Beautiful stuff there, man. Here's another clip from the World Champions. So that was a really good example. So you can get double touches off of the ground as well. So he uses his dodge to push the ball off the ground, and then he gets a second touch off of the bounce. And which is really wild because not that many people think about that kind of stuff, man. Pro players just constantly expand what people think of like to do in this game. A double touch has been around since, one of the first seasons of Rocket League, right? And at that time, it was a crazy mechanic to think about doing. And nowadays, people are like getting double touches off of the ground, off of the ceiling. They're dodging the ball upwards into the ceiling and then redirecting it after that. It's just nuts, man. The skill ceiling of Rocket League is constantly improving. This is a psycho. We see a I'm so glad. So that's called a psycho, kind of. Very, very slight touch redirect. It's one of the hardest things to do in Rocket League. But usually, that one was kind of off of someone else's touch. Usually a psycho is when you kind of jump up, you redirect the ball to your backboard, and then you redirect it back into the other net. It's insane. So that's Zen. That's like the guy who's considered the best player. It's like a game of chess. You have to have the mechanics. Oh, another psycho touch. There's shots like that the defense just aren't expecting, but a lot of like really good shots in Rocket League are like mind games. You have to, the defense just doesn't know what you're doing. So it's like playing a game of chess. You have to outplay the defenders. There you go, Zen. Yep. That was another, see, that's a perfect example of that mind game thing I was talking about. Zen, in my eyes, is kind of one of the best players out right now because he is insanely good mechanically. I don't think he's the best mechanically, but his ability to consistently do the things that he's trying to do. So, right here, he's trying to control the ball down the field, get a few good touches. And his ability to read the play and read the defenders is what makes him, in my eyes, one of, if not the best players. So look what he does here. Again, great first touch, nice and soft to where he can stay close to it. Then right here, the defenders are thinking that he is going to probably go to the backboard. So he's going to get a strong touch to the backboard, or he's just going to air dribble it in, which means he's just going to get up underneath the ball and push it into the net. So at the last moment, he flips his car around, gets that reset, and uses it to get past that pre-jumping the defender. When I say Rocket League is just mind games, that's what I mean. All right, and so now we have our Rainbow Six Siege clips. This one was created by Rainbow Six Hub. I can't really, vouch for them. I'm sure they make great content, but if you guys like Rainbow, go subscribe to them. Also, this is the top 20 best Rainbow Pro League clips of all time. This is not a most recent one. I just kind of wanted to see what the best they had to offer was. So let's see. Getting softened up. There so that guy died. Well, and all of a sudden it's Kansan, but a beautiful double play. Trying to ride out the final 4 seconds. He has no idea where that diffuser is. SMG up. I like the announcers already. The announcers are dope. There's both Coded and Katsang watching from Man, he is just holding. He is just holding that line. You only need one more. And there it is. One of the best. It's going to be Uno who gets Bibu. The patience you have to have.
He is very wisely not getting the initial frag.
Yo! So, like, that's what I was saying. I feel like this game is really, like, patience. Obviously, you have to be good with aiming. So that's a big thing. If you're not good with aiming, I mean, you're not going to be very good at this game. So, earlier when I said that Rocket League is one of the hardest games just because, like, none of the skills that you need in Rocket League are transferable from other games. With Rainbow, you know, first-person shooter, if you're really good at first-person shooters, yeah, and you just have the time to learn, like, the sound cues, you know, the map in general, and if you have the patience, I think you could really succeed in Rainbow Six Siege. And I'm sure it's more complex than that. But, like, for instance, Shroud. I've been watching Shroud every now and again, and, you know, he's been around forever. He's been a pro in, like, every single FPS ever, and I watched him, like, pick up Rainbow Six Siege, and he, like, just dominated, you know, like, with, like, very quickly. Now, he's kind of just naturally gifted at games like this, but still, it's something to think about. See, like, a lot of it's, like, holding angles, but just understanding, like, being able to hit your shots, obviously. Now, that flick was nuts. I've seen flicks. That was wild. If you're holding a mouse, you're doing that. But, like, to be that accurate with it, though, is pretty wild, bro.
Pojoman sees a third. He gets it. Nice.
Dude, I need to figure out. Okay, this is an SMG.
He can find two more. And Pojoman's absolutely.
Oh, that was a headshot. Did he get all of them? That's gotta feel crazy. Yeah, like aiming is really everything. I mean, positioning and all that stuff is important, but aiming really is. Like, look at that, man. He's moving left to right while also. It's like as soon as he sees the person, the reticle just snaps to him. It's like an automatic. It looks like aimbot. It looks like aimbot. So I'm seeing a lot of like the really good plays are like one person kind of killing the whole team. Like they're down. Little double kill there. Oh no, wait, this is gonna be an ace. Yeah, like an ace is when you kill the whole other team, just yourself. A pixel peek, eh? Whoa. See, that's crazy. Like a heads-up play where it just turns around, barely can see the other guy. Like, you can, like, you're just getting these such tight angles, man. You can't see anything. And, like, the reaction time to immediately start shooting as soon as, like, you see, like, one pixel. That's pretty crazy. Then the repositioning. How did he know he was behind him? How did he know he was behind him? See, this is what I was talking about, the patience. Oh, that was massive. I would not have been able to control myself. This dude's nuts. Okay, yeah, if I watched that shit live, I'd lose my fucking shit. If I watched that live, I would be freaking out. Okay, explain to me how the hell he saw that guy. Someone on the YouTube video, explain to me how he knew that dude was right there. Because that's wall hacks. That's what that looks like. That's wall hacks.
But everyone's stacking by the face, waiting the approach for Nello. No utility left. Diffuser in hand in a 1v3 in the midst of a crossfire.
Okay. There's that flick. Oh my god. All right, well, to be honest, I mean, after watching that, got to say Rainbow Six Siege is definitely impressive. I mean, you guys know me. I'm a Rocket League player. I'm a Rocket League fan. I would say that Rocket League is more fun to watch, but as far as like mechanically, let's assume that you're starting both games from scratch. So if you're playing Rainbow, you've never played an FPS before. If you've never played an FPS before at all, and you're starting both games from scratch, how long do you guys think it would take you to go pro in Rainbow Six Siege and in Rocket League? Or which one do you think would you be able to do faster? All right, and then ask how long do you think it would take you to go pro if you're a person like Shroud, who is very, very good with an FPS shooter and never played Rainbow before, hops into Rainbow and is like, I want to go pro. How long do you think it would take for them to go pro? I think starting from nothing in Rocket League to pro level is the biggest skill gap. I think that like learning positioning and sound cues, like a lot of that is difficult for sure, but I think Rocket League definitely takes the edge in my heart. Now, that's just my opinion, but let me know what you guys think. And thank you so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, don't forget to leave a like. And hey, if you want to subscribe to the channel to support me and see more of my content in the future, I would really appreciate it. Thank you guys so much for watching. I'll catch you in the next one.